sort of by request, I'm going to go into a little bit more detail about how I do wrapped braided leather handles. So I'm going to do another 8-strand braid on this core, which is actually originally started its life as a hammer handle. This was where the hammer head would be, and then there'd be about another 6 inches of handle down here. But I cut these off and smooth them up and use them as handles. I'll drill a hole in it and then attach whatever into it that I'm going to use. Usually it's for fireplace pokers or something like that. So to get started, I cut some lace, and I cut about 5/8, 3/4 of an inch wide strips. There's nothing real precise here. I beveled the back sides of them. And then I greased them up with this mixture. It's olive oil and beeswax mixed together. Basically, you want something with oil in it. The traditional is braiding soap, which is just soap, water, and neat's foot oil, or something similar to that, that's been whipped up. And what that does is it conditions the lace to make it more flexible. And the addition of the wax in this helps because it actually makes it a little sticky. So you can get it to kind of grab onto things. And that'll help you when you're trying to bind it on and get it all to stay put while you're working with it. So from there we're going to start binding these on, and this is 8 strands. I started with the width that I did because I want just a little bit more than what it takes to go around this core, and this core circumference comes out to being right around 4 inches and 4 1/4 or so. And so I wanted enough for about 5 to 6 inches to wrap around there. So they're going to overlap just a touch. And we're going to bind this on. And I'll just start with a friction hitch, known as a timber hitch. And I'm not binding all of them at once because they just get too complicated to try and hold on to. We'll go ahead and wrap once, and we'll start putting the other ones in there. Throw a couple of them on, throw another wrap on there. And throw a few really tight wraps over top of that. And then a couple hitches to tie it all up. And this is just a waxed artificial sinew, just a waxed nylon thread basically. Alright, we can always trim this stuff later if we want to get closer to that edge or whenever we go to put our knot on the end. But that's our basic setup. We've got a little bit of everything overlapping. It's all started. So I'm just going to divide off. There's 4 strands on either side. You can just start braiding, or you can even start by taking the first and swapping 2 strands in the center and crossing them over each other. And then it's a matter of pulling strands through. So you always want to end with going over the strand that's on top in the front. So that means over this one, under this one, over this one, under that one. And grab the strand that's in on the top and the back. And we're going to do the same thing. Go over this one, under that one, over this one, under that one. Grab that strand. And try not to pull anything out of our binding right yet. This will all smooth out a good bit whenever we go to finally finish it up when we roll it. But from there, it's just a repetitive over, under, and pull the strand that's hiding in the back. Kind of straighten everything out as you go. And this will work much better if you actually have a longer piece to braid, because when you first start it never seems to quite get rolling right for a little while until you get all the strands used once. But then after that you can really get into it. And then on these things, sometimes it helps to go around the back and do a little bit more just to finish some things up. Bind that on. But there really is no secret magic trick to starting this braid. It's just you sort of start it and start braiding. We can straighten some stuff out a little bit. And for that, might need a pair of pliers to grip this stuff. Just to smooth out some of the lumps and bumps of where we started. Alright, and once you got it done, you can roll it. You can use a board, you can use another handle. that, or with this strap, whatever happens to be handy. So yeah, no magic special secret or anything like that to how it starts. You lay them on nice and straight, and you start braiding them, and they will work themselves out as you go. There's a little bit of oddness up here at the top usually. The bottom usually looks pretty good, so I always plan on a wider knot on each end just to cover up the differences. But that's all there really is to doing an 8-strand braid on a handle. Now there is another way to do a handle that looks like a braid, but without having to tie the knots at each end. And that's to use just a knot to cover it, a large gaucho knot. I may do another video on that just to show how to make one of those. But this same concept can be everywhere from a 4-strand braid, which would be big wide strands on the handle like this. They'd be 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches wide. And I don't particularly like the look of that. I think that anything wider than this doesn't look right. You can go all the way to cutting lace and doing a 16-strand braid. Or even more if you wanted to do narrower lace. If you want to take it all the way down to 1/8-inch lace, you could do a 24-strand braid. More than that. Might almost be a 32. But anyway, this was cut just out of one solid piece, and I just used my little Aussie strander tool to cut the laces off and left them all attached together. So if you wanted to do something like that and cut it rather than cutting the strips, you could then skive these a little bit, lay it around and bind it in place, and bind it all on at once. So that's an even easier way to attach something on, is to leave it all together like that. Another addition you can add to this is if you want to bulk up your knot on either side, the Turk's head you tie, you can actually add a leather collar on here that I'm just putting it on with a brass tack. And you want it to kind of be domed. And to do that, you have to take a piece of leather that's big enough to wrap around with some extra, about 3/4 of an inch or an inch. You need to skive each end and feather skive it all the way down to nothing on the end where they're going to overlap. And if you lose a little bit, it's not that big a deal on this. It's going to be covered up. And then you want to skive each side on the back side. And of course, make sure you know where your fingers are in relation to this blade when you're doing this. Once you got it all skived like that, you can round out a few of these spots. Then you just wet it down and wrap it around, and it'll turn into that dome shape that you want. And you just wrap it around and you tack it onto the handle and the leather with some brass tacks. Either some, I've got some heavier ones here, or some little thin, the stretching pins there. Either one of those will work. So I just took this to the sink and wet it down enough that it's flexible now. That was a pretty stiff chunk of about 9-ounce leather that I started with there. And like I said, as you wrap it around, you can just sort of smooth it in. And I'm just kind of using my finger and my thumb to round it out as I go. You can wrap that, you can wrap a bandage over it or something if you want to hold it in place while it dries, if you just want to leave it to dry before you tack it, or you can just go ahead and start tacking it. These little tacks do not like being used into hickory hammer handles. They go through the leather just fine, and it doesn't really much matter. That's still on there solid and not going to come off. So this is the way to actually mechanically connect your knots on each end to the wood of your handle as well. And of course your last step is to go ahead and tie Turk's heads on there. I don't have this one done yet, but I've got that one. It took a little bit less than 4 feet of lace to tie this with 2 follow-throughs. And I might have been a little happier with it with a third one, so I might have needed about 6 feet of lace to do this one. Really right and proper, the way I wanted it. But once you've got it tied on, it closes down around everything, that collar holds it on. You can just kind of take it on the edge of your block and roll it. Roll it along on the top. Just pushing down on it. Roll it like this, and that'll smooth out your knot and make it feel nice and smooth and even. So I've got one more to tie on there, and then I'll be done with it. But that should be it for this video. It's just to show, like I said, there's not really any big secret to tying or to braiding handles. You just start braiding, and it works.